guys, welcome back to Cara Jo Plans. It is time for another weekly check-in on my spending. And for my weekly check-ins, I always start on my monthly view here for July in my Erin Condren monthly planner. And this is where I track my spending daily, and I break it down into categories by color using the little expense tracking labels that you can find in my Etsy shop. I have 20 or 21 colors. I think there's 20 colors in there to match any kind of highlighters or anything that you want, any color code system that you want. So this week we are going to be tracking out from Wednesday the 14th. I think I gotta double check. I can't remember whether I start on Wednesday or Tuesday. So as soon as we get to the weekly check-in page, I will be able to answer that for you. And I will know because this was on here. So we're gonna do Wednesday through Tuesday. And the first category that we have to check is food. And surprisingly, the only food expense that I have had this week is one trip to McDonald's for $10.89. And we had started this week with $128.21 carrying over from the $325 that I budgeted for this paycheck. So we are $128.21 minus $10.89. I still have $117.32 left over for this pay, which is fantastic for food. So next week's weekly check-in starts a new paycheck. And I know I'm going to be on vacation one of those 2 pay weeks. So I'm going to calculate this into my available budget, and I might add maybe like another $100 into that. So that's fantastic for me to be under budget in food. And I was under budget in food last paycheck too. So that's pretty amazing. Next category is fuel. And we had $32.49 left, and I knew that wasn't going to work out. Just because that's not even a tank of gas. And I ended up filling up for $55.51. So $32.49, whoop, need a decimal, minus 55. Okay, so I was rudely interrupted by my batteries claiming they were exhausted. Totally rude. So let's take a look here. Let's zoom in a little bit. So we were over by $23.02 in fuel. Next up is fun money. I had $40 budgeted for that. And we had one expense of $12 this week, plus Spotify. This sticker should have been yellow as well. So $12 plus $10.59 is $22.59. So 40 minus $22.59. We still have $17.41 remaining there. And beauty, I had only budgeted to get my nails done. I ended up getting my hair cut tonight as well. And this should actually be $50. So let me scribble over that real quick. So I spent $50 on my hair tonight. So we are over by 50. And then household, we had $30.25 left over. And I got a fire pit ring and some other stuff for the kids for outdoors at Rural King. And then I bought 2 new beach towels at Kohl's. So I spent $84.90 on household. So that is going to be over because we had $30.25 to start and I spent $84.90. So we are over by $54.65. But the good news is I didn't spend any on planner, so we're still only over by $32.86. So overall, food budget's going very well. Fuel, kind of iffy. That one's kind of getting hard to get used to with the prices going up. And then beauty, the haircut was just kind of like there was an opening and it was a surprise, or otherwise normally I would have budgeted for it. Not a problem. That'll happen every once in a while, so that's not huge. And then household, kind of stuff we needed for vacation and for around the house. So definitely reining it in because I really only gave myself $100 for household for 2 weeks. And that's pretty impressive for me. So let's take a look at some of the other expenses that I had this week. I did have, oh, I forgot to add in Dollar Tree to household. Goodness gracious. So let's take a look at that. Let's fix household. So we had $84.90 plus more. So let's fix that one real quick. Oh, whiteout tape. Come on. You can do it. Okay, so $84.90 plus $7.30. So I spent $92.20. And I only had $30.25. $30.25. I can do this. $61.95 over. Okay, that just keeps me honest, guys. All right, so let's zoom back out. All right, let's take a look here. So starting with Wednesday, I had some fun, some household, fuel, a debt payment that was my Amazon card. The kids had their martial arts fee come out. We went to Rural King. I paid some more on the Discover. My Peloton came out, and I didn't count that in my beauty because that is considered a regular monthly bill. If you're wondering why I didn't count that one in with the haircut. That one's already in my budget as a regular monthly bill. Only one McDonald's trip for food this week. Everything else was cooked or ate at home. And Spotify was a bill as well. So then next week, when I do my weekly check-in, I'm going to put a little black mark there so I know that we start on Wednesday. So the other thing that I kind of wanted to show you guys is I set up my paycheck budget at the beginning of this pay. And one of the things I've been really bad about on this channel especially is closing out my paycheck budgets. So what I've done so far is as my money comes in, I'm filling out my actual column. So I've got my actuals here, and then Etsy is the only one that I didn't fill in yet because I get 2 weeks worth of pay for Etsy. So I wanted to hold off till I got both weeks of pay for that, and I haven't checked that yet for this week. But my Netflix bill went out, West Penn, Discover, all of these bills went out, so I just updated over here that they went out, and all the totals happen to be the same this time as my expected. But that way I know that I've already accounted for all of this. And so other than I had an extra $600 that I paid towards Discover. So then I can total up my actuals, and it's just going to be $1827.84 because that was the only thing that was different on here. And then I did deposit my sinking fund, so I have my $617 here in my actual. And then as soon as I finish up, I have one more week in this paycheck for cash envelopes. We'll check and see where those were and see where we were for those. And I did do my giving to the church, so I can track that $200. It just hasn't cleared my bank account yet. So I want to get better at closing out my paycheck budgets too. So I wanted to let you know how I'm actually using this to keep track as I go. So as something's paid and it's cleared, I'm filling this out. So all of my bills for this paycheck are already taken care of. So that's kind of how that's going. And then I have my other paycheck budget for the second pay for this week, which will start Friday. Yeah, I think this week's a pay week. So anyhow, all right, so I'll be doing this one later this week. All right, thank you guys for checking in on this weekly check-in. I appreciate you doing some budgeting with me. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to this channel for updates when my new videos post. And I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.